A new NASA satellite is sending back images. This story is now to the trial of 3 men charged with murder in Ahmaud Arbery's death. And just within the past hour, the judge called an unexpected recess and scolded a defense attorney over his behavior in court.
Mr. Sheffield?
Yes, sir.
You can agree or disagree with this court. That is your prerogative. But to act in the way that you just did in front of this panel, disrespect, I don't care whether you like my rulings or not, or you like me or not, but in this court, the Superior Court, it is axiomatic that counsel show at least respect for what the court is doing. And what you just did shows a lack of respect for what the court is trying to do here, which is create an environment which is fair to all parties. I would suggest that you take a moment to think about that. I'm going to step off the bench because I found that, I'll just call it rude.
News for Jack's anchor Janice Harris joining us live in Glynn County with what led up to this. Janice, that judge was being very direct there.
Kent, he was very direct and he was very serious. And what led up to this was there's been a certain type of decorum that's always expected in a courtroom. Well, at times that decorum was not being upheld by everyone in the courtroom, including some of the attorneys. There's a lot of talk back. There's a lot of movement and distractions that can impact the jurors. And the judge does not want that to happen. Throughout the day, though, there's been the argument that the state has been simply trying to get across to the jury that Ahmaud Arbery did not do anything wrong by being in that neighborhood, while the defense continues to say that the 3 men were valid in chasing and shooting Ahmaud Arbery. Just minutes after Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed, police arrived. Body cam shows the McMichael men and William Bryan walking around. In court, the state used evidence to argue that Greg McMichael interfered with the criminal case as Arbery was dying on the ground. Detective Parker Marcy's body camera shows Greg McMichael trying to defend his son's actions as investigators are trying to talk.
I think you said that Greg McMichael inserted himself in the conversation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so nobody's telling him, this is none of your business, we need to do our business now, you need to go away.
No, not that I recall, no, ma'am.
The defense argued that the shooter, Travis McMichael, was cooperative during the investigation. He's heard telling an officer, do what you need to do, regarding taking photos of him for evidence. The jury also saw surveillance video of the last hour Arbery was alive, walking in Larry English's home that was under construction. Police have reviewed the video. After the shooting, a transcript shows Greg McMichael is being interviewed and tells a detective his intuition as a former officer told him Arbery was suspicious.
Logic tells you this guy may be the one that's doing it, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, that would be a suspicion that he had, that this guy is the one doing it, referring to burglaries, break-ins, auto thefts, and that sort of thing.
More videos. One shows Arbery standing in Larry English's front yard and then walks in the house. Another video shows Arbery leaving the home and running down the street. The McMichael men leave their home to chase Arbery. At one point, a worker is seen stopping at English's home and uses the porta potty on the property. The state says they were trying to convey the message that Arbery wasn't the only person who stopped at that house, but he's the only one who is dead. And there have only been 2 witnesses that were called today. In fact, that second witness has been on the stand for hours. Typically during the lunch break, we hear from Arbery's mother or father. They did not speak during the lunch break today, but we do know that court will pick back up at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Reporting live in Glynn County, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.